Okay, so these that you see here, the black Nintendo DS here, is a special Nintendo DS from the Italian Pokémon Day of 2011 in Mirabilandia. There were actually just 5 exemplars existing in the world of this specific Nintendo DS, and we don't know where the other 4 are to this day. So this one that you see here is the only one that we know still exists. Each of these special Nintendo DS allowed a maximum of 30 other normal Nintendo DS to connect, so that a total of 150 players could take part in this special event that we are going to show you. Here we enter in the Battle Institute in Nimbasa City, in Pokémon Black and White, and we are going to take a special battle test, which is the special event of the 2011 Pokémon Day. Light test. Okay, here is our team. We have Zapdos, Tyranitar, Salamence, and Excadrill. The format is 2v2, so a double, we could say, VGC battle of the time. And we are going to play a Sand team because Sand teams at the time were just overpowered. Excadrill is our main star, of course. All of these Pokemon are nicknamed after ourselves and also friends of ours. And we are going to start. We picked Zapdos over Tundurus just because we love Zapdos. Of course, Tundurus was more viable at the time because of Prankster, the ability Prankster, but Zapdos is still an amazing mon. Okay, here we have Lucio Zucca Pelata, which means bald head. This guy is sending out Axorus and Archeops. One important thing to say is that all of these teams we are playing against were kinda competitive, so this event, this battle test was really not easy. We are going to protect. We're thinking about a switch here. We took a rock slide and we protected Zapdos, but perhaps now it's time to bring out our main attacker, which is Excadrill. Okay, we're bringing out Excadrill now. Our opponents rock slide us, and Axorus is going to use Outrage, powered up by the Dragon Gem. Gems at the time were like Z moves in Sun and Moon. They power up a move and they only work once. So now we have Excadrill under the Sandstorm and Zapdos. And we are going to turn the tide now. We are faster than the opposing team and we have a powerful combination of Rock Slide and Discharge, which doesn't affect Excadrill. Archeops goes down and Axorus stays under every attack that we could decide to throw at it. The opponent sends out Darmanitan, which is a very powerful Pokémon, but we have Earthquake and Discharge. This is basically what our team wants to do. After setting up the Sandstorm with Tyranitar, we want to have both Excadrill and Zapdos in play to have a powerful combination of double target moves which do not affect our allied Pokémon. So Conkeldurr is Lucio's last Pokémon, and I think that this battle is basically over. We are bringing out Salamence just to ensure the win by intimidating Conkeldurr and also paralyzing it with Thunder Wave, a move that at the time had 100% precision, so basically it is going to work. Conkeldurr gets paralyzed and we predict the opponent's move by taking a non-effective Drain Punch. And now it's basically over. This is a special Salamence. And with this Dragon Gem powered Draco Meteor, it is one-hit KO. Okay, so we were able to defeat trainer number 1. Here comes trainer number 2. Trainer number 2 comes in, and let's see which team he uses. His name is Orazio. And by the way, we don't know who these people are. We don't know if these names are references to real people, and we don't know if in other languages the name of the trainers actually change. Let us know if you know anything about this. So it's unlikely because this is the only console remaining of that specific event, but if you know something about the trainers' names, please let us know in the comments. Also, at that specific event, a total of 3,000 people took part, playing like 150 at a time. Discharged from Zapdos, we send out Excadrill under the Sandstorm, and we take this paralysis on Caracosta, which is important, but Caracosta heals up thanks to a berry and responds with a Rock Slide. He goes double target on the Zapdos slot, but it's not enough. Our Zapdos is pretty bulky. And we also have leftovers. Here we go again for Earthquake Discharge, and we get 1 kill, and Ferrothorn is also about to kick the bucket. Our opponent sends out Gigalith. This team is pretty strange. It has competitive Pokémon. It is 5-gen VGC team, but it's I think a little bit off meta for the time. We get the double kill here. And our opponent's last Pokémon is Cofagrigus. And we get another paralysis. Cofagrigus cripples our Excadrill with Will-O-Wisp, but it's too late. The battle is basically over. Okay, we are able to defeat also the second trainer, and we're going to face the third one. This guy's name is Tobia. He sends out a Chalegor and Whimsicott. Whimsicott is a very powerful prankster Pokémon. At the time, Fairy type didn't exist, so it's a monograss type, facing our Zapdos and Tyranitar. Celegor is really fast, and it's super effective against Tyranitar. Also, Whimsicott goes for another attack powered by the gem on Tyranitar, and this is enough to kill our Tyranitar. So we start with one Pokemon less. This battle looks harder than the previous one. Still, we are able to paralyze the Whimsicott with Thunder Wave. And then it's time for our Salamence to come into play. Intimidate, it's pretty useless now, but we need Salamence because we have Fire-type moves. Whimsicott does not attack. We take a bug buzz from Accelegor. Salamence attacks with Flamethrower, which is enough to kill Whimsicott, and Zapdos is able to paralyze also the opposing Accelegor, which is great news because Accelegor is one of the fastest Pokémon in the game. Okay, our opponent sends out Zepstrika, who attacks our Salamence with a Voltu Switch and comes back to our opponent, who sends out Cicino. We attack Accelegor with a Flamethrower, which is enough to kill it. And also our Zapdos uses Volt Switch, so that we can also reposition ourselves. We still have Excadrill in the back. And we still have the Sandstorm, of course, because at the time Sandstream did not expire after 5 turns. The weather abilities went basically infinite. Here comes the Earthquake, which should be enough for both our opponents, and this is our third win. Trainer number 4 now. Let's see if he is stronger than the previous one. Natalia sends out Chandelure and Hydreigon. I think this is one of the strongest team of the event. So, not an easy battle. Hydreigon was terrific at the time. It was one of the best special sweepers, and Chandelure is a very powerful Pokémon with a lot of special attack. So these Pokémon cannot be intimidated, and we are going to play it very carefully. We go for a double protect. Okay, so we decided to switch Tyranitar since we saw Focus Blast attack the previous turn. Better to play it safely, and we correctly predict this move. So now it's Salamence who is going to take a Focus Blast and is going to resist it pretty easily, and we are also paralyzing Hydreigon. We decided to go for this move because Salamence is then able to kill it the next turn. But Chandelure is very strong and kills our Zapdos with a Fire Blast. It is not an easy match. We're going to send out Tyranitar again because now we are faster than Hydreigon and we can kill it with Draco Meteor. We also have Crunch on Chandelure, which is super effective. Unfortunately, our Draco Meteor does not miss, and this is going to 100% kill Hydreigon. Chandelure attacks our Salamence, and it's still going to be a lot of damage. Salamence is going to get knocked out, even if the attack was not very effective. But Tyranitar kills the Chandelure in return, so it's not an easy battle, but we are in a pretty good spot. Here we have the Sandstorm duo ready to annihilate his last two Pokemon, who are Volcarona, 4 times weak to Rock Slide, and Rheuniclus. We decide to play it safely and go for a double Rock Slide to kill the Volcarona and to maximize the percentage of Rheuniclus flinching. And Rheuniclus does flinch, and now it's GG. It was not easy, this one. We had to think a little bit to make the right choices and to predict our opponents correctly, but it was a win, and now we have the 5th and final match against Emirio, Elite Trainer. Emirio sends out Terrakion and Tundurus, 2 of the staple Pokemon of the time. This is a very competitive team we're playing against. We're not in a good spot because, you know, Tyranitar is 4 times weak to fighting, and we have to play this one very carefully as well. Okay, so we're going to switch out Tyranitar and switch in Salamence in order to intimidate Terrakion and not to lose Tyranitar on the first turn. We correctly predict the opponent's move, which is a double fighting attack on the Tyranitar slot, but now there is Salamence who is able to tank both attacks, thanks to Intimidate and thanks to its flying type. Okay, now we're going to protect Salamence and paralyze the opposing Terrakion, which still attacks with Sacred Sword, because probably is a Choice Band Terrakion. That would also explain the amount of damage that it dealt to Salamence, even if it was intimidated. Okay, now we're going for a powerful Draco Meteor. We want to get rid of that Tundurus, and we are able to do so. Draco Meteor, Dragon Gem Salamence is really lethal and deals a lot of damage. Also, Here we decide to sacrifice Salamence actually, but it served its purpose, so it's okay. We send out Excadrill, and this is going to be our master plan. So discharge plus earthquake under the sandstorm. Our opponent sends out an Axorus, another very powerful Pokemon, but we have this one under control now. Earthquake deals a lot of damage to Terrakion and takes him out. Axorus uses Rock Slide and almost kills our Zapdos. Here we have Chandelure coming out. The Axorus maybe would have been able to kill our Zapdos if it was a male Axorus like Francesco Pardini's, because Axorus has the ability Rivalry, which powers up its attack if it has the same sex of the opponent. Now, thanks to our combo, we are able to win also against the last opponent, and this is the conclusion of the event. They give us the maximum amount of star. We are at a master level, and this is our degree. We make a total of 6,181 points. This is important because during the event, if you were able to score a good amount of points, you would receive some prizes, some special prizes, which were unique to the Pokémon Day of 2011.